Oh, hello historical people, Order of the Blade people. I just want to go over a few things that were requested off the back end of one of my other videos at different styles, and that is kind of how I would deal with other styles. Okay, so main one that's been talked about is how do we go against people that sit in the Fool's Guard particularly. So one thing to say about this, first of all, well, okay, this is a Fool's Guard, something where your point is low and you're not really protecting anything. The idea behind this is it's a counter fighter's guard, right? That was the point I was going to make, is if you sat in here, you are fully giving the initiative to your opponent, so you want them to make the first move. After they make that move, you're going to more than likely come up with a nice strong whatever, block, parry, whatever you end up doing. One advantage to this Fool's Guard is due to that upward momentum and force, you end up in a high Krumphau, perhaps Ox or Hanging Guard, with a lot of force behind you, and then you're in a really good structured position. Okay, so realistically, this is the start of the Fool's Guard, but it's going to always end up somewhere like this, or this, maybe this, or this. Okay, something like that. Okay, they can obviously shoot a few things off that, and to someone that's struggling to combat a Fool's Guard, I'd say adopt it and learn how you play with it. See if you can find a way. Well, yeah, just play with it yourself, and you'll become a bit more familiar with the body mechanics that go behind it. So the Germans have given us one solution to deal with someone that uses a low guard, and that's the Schietelhau, I think it's called. And that is where you pretty much just attack at full range with full extension at full height. So it's something along the lines of that. Okay, I'm not a big fan. If you're a shorter fighter, you can struggle to get over an opponent. Okay, especially if they're exploding upwards like that. So how can you deal with it? So first things first, tactically, you could just not engage them. If they're sat there waiting to counterfight you, you can just not go to them, but that's boring. So what's a more exciting way of dealing with that? And that'd be feinting. Okay, so you'd feint them into, well, basically they're waiting for you to make an action. They're waiting for feedback from you to say, oh, they're coming in now, so then they can do their thing. So what you want to do is give them that feedback, except you want it to be on your terms. So instead of just feinting, attacking one way, then changing direction, it's not really going to do much. What you want to do is put out a fairly convincing attack and just don't step in with it. You know, make sure you're at a kind of engagement range. You shouldn't be able to hit them with the first intention, really. If you do, fantastic. But that wants to go out nice and strong, and then I'm stepping in. Okay. And that second attack is the one that I'm looking to try and get the connection with. It might not necessarily mean that I connect straight away, but at least it puts me in the danger zone here as opposed to here. But after that first attack, hopefully they've come up and then gone, oh shit, now they're on the back foot. Okay, that's how I deal with it. The other thing is closing distance as quick as possible. Sometimes someone that's got no protection, because let's face it, the Fool's Guard takes away all of your actual defenses you have available. There's nothing in the way of me getting to you. So like a high explosive tournament thrust can also work. Issue is, with anything like that, even with the shield out, I think you're very open to doubles. So I'd suggest getting that control, both mentally and then physically. So that's how I'd probably choose to deal with something like that. Hopefully that's helpful.